Welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome back to The Wave. It is the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed. Welcome aboard.
How are you, Adam?
I'm great, thank you. Yourself?
Loving life.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Good. Thank you. Anything exciting you want to tell me about?
Anything exciting I want to tell you about?
Are you feeling jaunty?
Jaunty? Always. The podcast became a topic of conversation in the office this week.
Oh, did it?
For the first time.
Right.
It just seems to have got into people's lives in the office, which is like...
I assume all good.
Yeah, obviously. But then somebody said to me, you don't ever slag off anybody at work, do you? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I need to think about that. I've never thought about that before, but now I do need to start thinking about that. I don't think I do. If I do, I don't mean it.
I don't think. I can't remember. I'm not going to go back and listen.
Nor am I. And hopefully nor are they. What about you?
No, that's...
Stop
that's
fiddling
good.
with stuff.
Sorry. I'm fiddling with an exclusive Bottom of the Stream keyring.
You are a piece
which,
of merch.
If you're a patron, will be on its way to you.
Winging its way to you.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I've got anything... I don't think I've got in any trouble this week.
That's good.
Or I've not had any happenings happen to me.
Nothing's happened.
I've got no random anecdote, I don't think, this week.
That's a shame. I like a random anecdote.
We've been hard at work, haven't we?
No, we have indeed been hard at work.
I don't think we're going to say anything yet.
No, not at all.
Just stay tuned.
Stuff is happening behind the scenes on the stream boat.
Might be a few... You might see us a bit more often.
Let's just say Nick spent more time on the stream boat this week than he normally does.
Yes. Yes. Barely been home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll leave that
and we've spent some
hanging
money.
In the air.
Spent some money as well, which we don't like doing.
Awesome.
Awesome indeed.
So, should we start with the question of the week?
Yes, please.
Since you had two options last week of two animal-based questions and you chose one of them.
I did.
I'll give you the other one.
Okay, fair.
It's as simple as that. And the question is, if you were the next Pied Piper, what animal would you want to be able to compel to follow you?
Okay, that's a good one. So it was rats with the Pied Piper, wasn't
Correct.
it? And then children.
Yeah. What animal would you want a fleet of in your wake?
Question. Let's get rid of anything with wings.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm not a wings guy. Don't like wings.
Not just like a herd of chickens.
No, that's like I'd be running.
It'd cause a lot of chaos around town.
It would, yeah, that'd be terrifying. Squirrels?
Oh, I think that's a good choice.
I do love a squirrel.
People quite like a squirrel.
Yeah.
And it's not too far straying away from the Pied Piper-ness.
There's a thing going around on Instagram at the minute as well of Americans laughing at the way the English say squirrel.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's funny.
How are you supposed to say it?
Squirrel. Well, they say squirrel, don't
Squirrel.
They? Apparently it's funny to them how we say it. So let's just say it more and make the American audience laugh. Squirrel. Yeah, squirrels, dogs.
Which?
Squirrels.
There's a lot of differences in dogs as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of different dogs and some are dangerous.
Yeah.
Are there any dangerous squirrels? You won't. It depends if
there's
you're a red squirrel.
In a bunch of any animal or people, you're always going to get a few wrong ones, aren't you?
There's always a dickhead, that's true.
I'm sure not all squirrels are sweetness and light.
To red squirrels, all grey squirrels are dickheads.
Yeah, maybe.
So. I think squirrel.
Yeah, I think people
I don't know what I'm going to do with my army of squirrels.
Anything you want. Command them to do your shopping, I don't know.
I'll just get a load of nuts.
Yeah, true. And you wouldn't know where they'd put them.
That's true. So,
I think that is I can't believe I'm going to say this. Realistic. Yeah, quite amusing option to go
I've got
for
a
the squirrel.
Squirrel feeder in my garden. You know how most people like to feed birds and not squirrels?
Yeah.
I like to feed squirrels and not birds.
Yeah.
So I've got a squirrel feeder.
We have squirrels at the back of our garden. Yeah.
I get quite a lot because there's a lot of trees at the bottom of my garden.
Same.
We get a lot of squirrels.
Same.
I've said squirrel loads now. It doesn't sound like a real word anymore.
They usually play along the top of the fences and stuff.
Yeah, that's what you see them occasionally.
Yeah.
I thought there was one there then, but they're pigeons.
Very different.
Quite a lot of difference.
What
about you?
I'm not sure. Hedgehogs?
Good one. Bit slower than a squirrel.
Yeah. Or maybe we should go exotic. Armadillos.
That's an army of armadillos.
Yeah.
Do they roll? Are they the ones that
can
roll upon themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it. You have squirrels, I'll have armadillos, and we'll have a big war.
Let's do the other way around.
That's what I said. What I said, but reverse it.
Yeah, armadillos.
Good question. I like it.
Lovely.
Let us know what you would pick if you are listening.
Yeah, don't say something. Well, say what you want. I was going to say, don't say like blue whale, because how's it going to follow you?
You'd have to be in the water. Sorry.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they can't become amphibious, can they?
Let's hope not. That would be a disaster to the Earth's climate.
Yeah, it would. It'd cause a lot of problems. They'd never fit on a bus either.
No chance.
Okay. Should we?
Shall we get into some Netflix news?
Yes, because I don't know where this is going now.
Not me.
So let's
move it on.
Let's talk about some Netflix news. And firstly, let's go with a real life news story.
Okay, real life. We don't do real life.
Yeah, sure, but it has got intense Netflix connections.
Okay.
And that is because this is the true story, true crime story, something right up your street.
Yeah, I do love
but it
true
is
crime.
linked to the 3-body problem.
Okay.
Which is currently riding high.
It is. I've kind of got
Netflix
back into it. Did I say on the show last week that I wasn't really into it?
No, that was off air.
Was it off air? Okay.
So you can talk about that when we get to
I
what
will
have we watched.
Okay.
Now, some people might be aware of this because the crime
Yep.
happened a few years ago.
Okay.
But the sentencing has happened just last week.
Convenient time.
Very, very timely, given the release of this program. But I'm trying not to make light of it because it's a horrendous crime.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, a Chinese billionaire
Yeah.
gaming entrepreneur named Lin Qi was a huge fan of the 3-body problem.
Okay.
And he indeed helped bring various adaptations of it to screen, including he had something to do with Netflix getting the rights for their version. But it's not the first time it's been adapted. It's been adapted in a sort of an Eastern version, and he sort of helps grease the wheels, I guess.
I think that one's on Amazon at the
with
minute.
that. And because he's really passionate about the book, it's his favourite book, and he wanted to help see it become a pop culture phenomenon.
Which he's done. He must be very proud of himself.
Well, yes, unfortunately. He's even named as an executive producer in the Netflix version.
Right.
That's currently at the top of the charts. Unfortunately, he was killed in 2020.
Oh, wow.
Not only was he wasn't just killed, he was poisoned.
Wow.
And
who poisoned him?
This week, someone's gone down for the crime. It is a colleague of Lynn's, one of his own executives, one of his lawyers, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who helped his company originally secure the rights to adapt the trilogy. This is a chap called Chu Yao. He gifted Lin a bottle of what he said were probiotic pills, but turned out to contain a cocktail of lethal toxins that he purchased from the dark web.
Oh my goodness.
The CNN reports that this case has gripped China. People have giving it comparisons and calling it the real life Breaking Bad.
Blimey.
So Chu mixed and tested apparently more than 100 poisons in a makeshift suburban lab.
Right.
As he was trying to come up with the dosage required to do this crime.
How's he testing them? How many bodies are in his wake?
Well, apparently he tested it on animals.
Not squirrels.
No, cats.
Oh,
apparently,
that's even worse.
Mostly cats, apparently. On a winter's evening in 2020, when Lin was driving home from his headquarters in Shanghai, he felt suddenly unwell. He checked himself into a hospital, initially recovering into a stable condition, but took a turn for the worse and died 10 days later on Christmas Day.
Oh, no.
At least 5 toxins were detected in his body, including tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent poison found in pufferfish.
Oh, wow. This is a crazy story.
I know, it's unbelievable. The court ruled that Chu had a dispute with Lin over company management matters and plotted to poison his boss through edible items over 2 days. He also poisoned beverages in the office of 2 other executives he had disputes with, causing 4 colleagues in total to fall sick.
Can I just say, for the record at this point, that I've just mentioned my office, and there's no coincidence here at all. Just want to point that out there.
Chu apparently set up a lab in a suburb of Shanghai and bought more than 100 toxins on the dark web to experiment with, testing mixed poisons on cats, dogs, and other pet animals. He then made the lethal substances into a pill, gifting them as probiotics to Lin.
What a psychopath.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's prime for a Netflix documentary.
Isn't it just? Yeah.
Wow. What an interesting story. I might actually read up on more on that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's got to happen. The true crime series telling that story.
Yeah, of course it has. Absolutely has.
An absolutely horrific story, but quite fascinating.
Next
piece of Netflix news is that, would you say, social media comic?
I think that's exactly what you'd call him.
Matt Rife.
Yep.
Has signed a new deal with Netflix to develop a new sitcom and release 2 stand-up specials.
Okay.
He previously had a stand-up special last year released on Netflix.
It was awful.
Was it? I've not watched it.
No, I have watched it.
I've seen clips of him, and quite a lot of his stuff is
really
good.
On Instagram, he's really funny.
Yeah.
That special fell completely flat.
Oh, really?
For me. Yeah. All his Instagram stuff's all crowd work, which is what he's great at, but that special isn't.
So the first stand-up special for Netflix, it has been announced, will be recorded in North Carolina in May and will be the first comedy special Netflix have attempted to feature only interactions with audience.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So it is all going to be crowd work.
Okay. That's what he's good at.
Matt Rife is also working on a new gym-based workplace comedy series for Netflix that he will write and star in.
That makes perfect sense.
He told Deadline, "I love acting just as much, if not more, than stand-up. I haven't been doing it as long, and I haven't been able to get my foot in the door as well as I have with stand-up. But now that I have found some success, it has opened up avenues in other areas that I am passionate about, like film and television. I'm hoping I can make that transition over."
I read an interview with him once, and he literally was an overnight success on TikTok.
He is currently on a world tour, which has sold over 600,000 tickets.
It's incredible. I think it was his 3rd video he ever put on TikTok, got 200 million views overnight.
Wow.
And then from there he was just gone.
Yeah.
And it's an insane story. I think he's like TikTok's first big celebrity success.
He is in the UK in September, if anyone can get a ticket.
He is quite controversial, but most comedians aren't they?
I can't say there's anything I've seen of his that's made me go.
No.
I saw
some of his jokes in the special are a bit anti-female, maybe.
Right, okay.
I think that's what he gets a lot of stick for.
Okay.
But he's a good-looking man, so he has to be anti-female.
Okay. I saw one the other day on one of the social medias, and he did a whole bit of crowd work with two people in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
He is
and
a really
they were
funny
having
guy.
the time of their lives,
Yeah.
everyone there. So, yeah, we'll see how that develops.
He's also a very good-looking man. Next.
So, next...
Completely no reaction to that. I love it.
What? I don't disagree with you. I think he's a very good looking man.
Carry on.
I was already concentrating on the picture of Bear Grylls that's in front of me.
Is that Bear Grylls?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that was the reaction I had. So an update on some of Netflix UK's upcoming, what they are calling unscripted programming, what we would probably call reality programming.
We would indeed.
Because there was the Next on Netflix showcase last week.
Yeah, there was.
In London. So we're gonna tackle the reality bits first, and then we'll go into what's coming up. Fiction, I guess.
Cool.
So in terms of reality shows, I think the one I am most excited about is an upcoming reality show starring Bear Grylls called Bear Hunt.
Good name.
Which will be presented by Holly Willoughby.
Oh.
And
okay.
The synopsis for this is that celebrities will be released into the wild
Yeah.
with a head start and be hunted
No.
by Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls is tracking you down.
Yes. The official logline from Netflix says, Bear believes there's an action hero inside us all, even celebrities, but how strong is their will to survive? As Bear puts them through their paces, those who fail to impress will face the bear hunt, a brutal game of cat and mouse where they'll be hunted down by Bear himself, and if captured, eliminated.
That's a great idea for a show. I like that.
Me and my wife used to watch years ago. You know when you used to have, when you used to watch like broadcast television or cable TV, and you had these random channels towards the end of the dial, like I don't know, Extreme Sports Channel or all that sort of stuff. There used to be a show, I think it was a Canadian show, and it was called Man Tracker. We used to watch at a tea time, and all it was it was this cowboy dude tracking. Again, it was teams of two would go off into the Canadian wilderness. So they
basically stole that idea.
Yeah, it was so entertaining. I don't know if Bear Grylls can
be as good as
work to those heights, but
sure he can.
I'd be tempted to tune in to give it a go. Other unscripted reality shows coming our way are Millennium Diamond Heist.
Oh, I wonder what that's about.
Which will be executive produced by Guy Ritchie, a true crime series, according to Deadline, that will chart the audacious raid on London's Millennium Dome by a group of criminals hunting a £200 million diamond.
I remember that happening.
A Selling Sunset style series coming to the UK in the shape of Buying London.
Okay.
Which will follow estate agent Daniel Daggers.
That's not his real name.
As he opens up luxury property market.
Okay.
And also a documentary on the Euro 2020 final, in which England
disgraced themselves.
Lost on penalties to Italy.
And England fans disgraced themselves.
Yes, well, the documentary will focus on the football and the chaos behind the scenes as thousands of unticketed fans attempted to storm Wembley Stadium.
I'm surprised that's not already a documentary.
Yeah.
That seems built in for one.
Not that it's got a provoking title at all, but it's going to be called The Final Attack on Wembley.
Fair.
Which again sounds like interesting. I guess it's timing, isn't it? Because you've got the unbelievably the Euros have rolled round again. Although it was actually it was a
late,
year late, wasn't it? That's why it seems recent.
Yeah.
I remember COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Crazy times.
So yes, that's what we've got coming our way out of the UK, unscripted wise.
Okay.
In terms of scripted stuff, Netflix announced Adolescence.
Okay.
A new series, which is an ambitious crime drama told in a real-time one-shot style.
Oh, nice.
The only cast announced for it so far, he doesn't need anyone else in it. It's one-man wrecking crew, Stephen Graham.
Oh, wow. He's in everything.
It will be directed by Philip Barantini, who was behind Boiling Point, which Stephen Graham was also in.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the real-time aspects of shows like that.
Sure. This was announced before the new on Netflix event. We already knew this was happening. Black Mirror Season 7 returns in 2025 with 6 brand new episodes.
Cool. They're going back, they're revisiting one as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it was the Star Trek.
The Star Trek rip-off one.
Grown Ups is a new series.
Okay.
Which is an adaptation of a Marion Keyes best-selling novel.
Okay.
Based on 3 couples, one of whom is a complicated bunch with ever-shifting politics, old and new resentments, arguments that blow over quickly, and hurts that are nursed forever. Casting to be announced in due course.
Right. Sounds fun.
The House of Guinness will tell the epic story of one of Europe's most famous and enduring dynasties, the Guinness family, set in 19th century Dublin and New York. It will focus on the consequences of the death of Benjamin Guinness, the man responsible for the extraordinary success of the Guinness Brewery.
Oh, so it is about Guinness?
It is indeed.
Okay, cool.
That comes from writer Stephen Knight. No casting yet.
Nice.
The Choice is coming to Netflix next year. That will star Saran Jones and Julie Delpy.
Okay.
Saran Jones will play the British Prime Minister,
Right.
whose husband is kidnapped. And this coincides with the visit of the French president, played by Julie Delpy.
Okay.
The two political leaders both face unimaginable choices, forced into a fierce rivalry where their political futures and lives may hang in the balance.
Oh. Saran Jones as the Prime Minister is an interesting choice.
Netflix also announced Bank of Dave, the sequel.
Okay. That's that true story, isn't it?
It
About
is,
the
yeah.
man who made a bank on his own.
He did. Dave Fishwick, who founded Britain's first community bank.
Okay.
The sequel sees the character of Dave, played by Rory Kinnear, take on an even more dangerous opponent, payday loan companies.
Oh.
Amit Shah and Def Leppard are in the cast.
What?
Also Rob Delaney.
Okay. That's random.
And that's about it.
Excellent. That sounds fun. There's lots of good stuff coming. I'm intrigued by some of those, I must admit.
Just give me Bear Hunt now, please.
Yeah. Bear Hunt and Black Mirror Season 7. That's what I really want.
It's all going to depend on who the celebrities are, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
It'll be bear hunting after Russell Grant through the woods.
Oh, I don't know. I'd be up for
See if
it.
he's still alive.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I feel like we've not talked about for a long time. What is a view?
What is a view? As in, well, the Netflix do viewing hours now.
Yeah, so we know what it is for Netflix, although we've been through many iterations.
Yeah, seem to have finally stuck on this one, though, don't they?
But this has reared its head again this week with Amazon Prime Video
Or was it viewing on Amazon?
announcing-
I have no idea.
announcing that Roadhouse has broken records in terms of the number of worldwide viewers in its first couple of weekends for that streaming service. 50 million worldwide viewers in its first 2 weeks.
It sounds impressive, but what is a viewer?
They have not said.
Right. Thank you for that. It's like Netflix 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. They have said that the figure of 50 million makes Roadhouse the most watched produced film debut ever on a worldwide basis.
The most watched produced film debut ever on a worldwide basis.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that all makes sense.
The head of Amazon MGM Studios, Jennifer Salk, said that the groundbreaking, successful debut of Roadhouse is a testament to the hard work and commitment of the entire filmmaking team and the film's cast. The world is absolutely loving this entertaining, action-packed ride, anchored by the performances of Jake, Conor McGregor, etc., etc. It's great to see the film taking off with fans of the iconic original, as well as a huge turnout from new audiences.
Have you watched it?
No.
Not me. Are you going to?
Maybe at some point, but not.
Not
It's
rushing
not
out to it.
no.
I've not heard good things, I'm not going to lie.
We have no idea what a view is, so it could be press play and then whoops, I've done that by accident. Who knows?
I think it will be.
I'm pretty sure it's not watching all
It definitely won't be
2
watching
hours,
the whole
40 minutes of it.
It definitely won't be watching the whole thing. 100% won't be that. It'll be somebody, the amount of people who've pressed play on that, that's what it'll be. Next.
So, movie news.
Movie
Away
news.
from the streaming services.
Okay.
And the first piece of news in that regard is that Austin Butler, very much a man of the moment,
100%. He's everywhere.
has signed up for Darren Aronofsky's next movie,
Okay.
Caught Stealing.
Right.
It will be a crime thriller.
Nice. You got a synopsis?
Yes, we have.
Go for it.
It is an adaptation of a Charlie Huston novel. It follows Hank Thompson, played by Butler, a burned-out former baseball player whose neighbour lands him with a cat and a whole world of trouble.
Okay.
He's soon deep within the New York crime scene, running for his life and trying to figure out what he has gotten himself into.
Because of a cat?
On
Okay,
the
I'm on
hot
board.
guy on the run from crime boss with cat in tow.
I'm on board. Get it into my veins.
A hot guy with a kitten. What's not to love?
Can't think of anything better.
I mean, it feels a bit down the middle for an Aronofsky film.
It does, doesn't it? I was thinking that myself. Normally he's a lot more...
But maybe
Yeah.
maybe it was zigzaggy.
yeah, very much so.
Maybe there will be more.
There's got to be more to it
than
that.
meets the eye.
He's got a horrible jumper on. Cool. We'll keep our eyes open for that. Anything else? What's next?
Next is the fact that. Do you remember if this feels like a movie that used to be shown on TV a lot when I was a kid?
Okay.
The War of the Roses.
Yes.
Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner. I think Danny DeVito directed it.
Yes, I think he did.
Well, it's being remade.
Right.
And I'm not sure you'd have guessed who are going to be playing the
I definitely
Michael
wouldn't.
Douglas and Kathleen Turner roles.
I mean, I've seen this picture now, but I definitely wouldn't have guessed.
Because it is two of our own, two British
Yeah.
actors. Benedict Cumberbatch
Yep.
and Olivia Colman.
Two fantastic actors as well.
Yeah. And this will be directed by Jay Roach,
Oh, right. Okay.
who has, well, he's directed a load of stuff, going all the way back to sort of Austin Powers.
Right.
And I believe he did the Robert De Niro ones with Ben Stiller, Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox Searchlight Pictures is backing this one. The president of Searchlight Pictures, Matthew Greenfield, said, "The Roses, as this will be called, is a wildly funny, bigger-than-life and yet deeply human story. With Jay at the helm and Benedict and Olivia, we have a dream team bringing it to life."
That sounds like it could be really good.
Feels like it's a bit of a different direction for both of them.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I wonder if it's got anything to do with why she... Did you see Olivia Colman made the announcement she won't be returning to Heartstopper?
No, I did not.
Yeah, she's not in season 3 of Heartstopper.
Oh,
She couldn't
okay.
fit it into her schedule, apparently.
Okay.
So I wonder if that's got anything to do
Could
with
be.
it. Could be.
Yeah, could be.
It's
So
really
will
sad
she
news,
be
actually.
recasted?
I don't know. They haven't said. But she made the announcement. I don't know if the producers have said anything. But it's really sad because she's like great in Heartstopper.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no,
That's a
but she's
shame.
not coming back for the third series.
It's not just remakes
Good.
coming though. There's sequels as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Nothing original? No?
Because Drew
Oh,
Goddard,
Jesus Christ.
known maybe most for Cabin in the Woods,
Yep.
has signed on to write and direct The Matrix 5.
Do we need another Matrix movie?
I still haven't seen the fourth one. We
No,
talked
mate.
about this the other week.
Nor have I.
I've not got to it yet. So, Lana Wachowski is on board as a producer
Okay.
for this fifth installment, having directed the fourth one on her own.
Yep.
First three being directed by her and her sister.
Yes.
So yeah, Drew Goddard's going to write it as well. So they're sort of handing over the reins,
Right.
to be honest.
The new generation.
Wachowski said, Drew came to Warner Bros. With a new idea that we now believe will be an incredible way to continue the Matrix world by honouring what we began over 25 years ago and offering a unique perspective based on his own love of the series and characters.
Okay. So we're getting a bit of new blood there. Maybe it's not such a bad thing.
I feel like maybe I can't comment too much because I need to watch the
Yeah,
fourth
I
one,
did.
which I will get to, especially now it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't, it's never really interested me. I love the first one.
Yeah.
The second two are all right. 2 and 3 are all right. But it never interested me to go to the fourth one.
No.
Yeah.
It's just felt a bit. It's a bit
Unnecessary.
It's just gone. The time's just
the
gone
time's
for the
passed.
Matrix.
Obviously not.
That's kind
No,
of
yeah,
my
I
feel
agree.
on it, and
Yeah.
I don't feel like youngsters are
No.
popping off going, that old Matrix film's amazing.
No.
It doesn't seem to have had the stick around ability like
Like some of the other films from that
I don't
era.
know, a Star Wars or a
Yeah.
which is odd given its cultural impact at the time.
At the time, yeah, it was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah. But let's
Who
see.
knows? Maybe Drew Goddard can breathe some
Maybe.
new life into it.
Maybe.
He's usually a successful guy.
Kevin Smith has released some details about his next movie.
Okay.
It will be called The 4:30 Movie and is a coming-of-age comedy set in 1986.
Oh, wow.
He's doing the 80s.
Going back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Can you think of a better director to make an 80s movie?
No, I think,
that's like a great
having
idea.
seen this story, I almost feel like, wow, why has that not happened before?
Yeah.
Because that feels like a good fit. He has written the movie as well.
Okay.
Obviously directed it. And it's been acquired by Saban Films,
Right.
who also distributed the Jay and Silent Bob reboot in 2019.
Right.
The synopsis says, the movie is set in the summer of 1986, the coming-of-age comedy following three 16-year-old friends who spend their Saturdays sneaking into movies at their local multiplex. But when one of the guys also invites the girl of his dreams to see the latest comedy, each of the teens will learn something serious about life and love before the credits roll.
Yeah, that's Kevin Smith's life in a story.
He filmed it mostly in a cinema, obviously.
It's filmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That he owns.
All right. Well, that's helpful.
Yeah. Smith himself said, I started to write a personal paean to the past for us 70s and 80s kids, the pre-information generation who grew up without the internet when romance and relationships required much more than a swipe to get started. And the idea of asking out someone you had a crush on was as terrifying as the looming threat of nuclear war.
Oh. Cool. Oh, that's exciting.
I don't love all of Kevin Smith's movies.
No.
But I always get quite excited when a Kevin Smith movie is coming out.
Agreed. I'm with you on that.
And I feel like, because, I don't know, there's just, I kind of don't even know if I can explain why. I
think he represents our age group in Hollywood, I
think
suppose.
because some of his movies were so on a loop.
Yeah.
When I was at university and
yeah, back when we were like early 20s, they were everywhere.
And
how many times have you watched Mallrats? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Maybe more. Dogma.
Yeah. I was reading about Dogma the other day. I'm really good to go off piece slightly. So one of the books I had bought as a Christmas present for me is Alan Rickman's Diaries.
Okay.
And I'm up to 1999.
Right.
And he's filmed Dogma last year.
Nice.
He said...
that's really good, actually.
Yeah, it is interesting. He said how lovely Alanis Morissette was. They got on really well.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to know.
Although he said when he turned up on his first day on Dogma, he met Jason Mewes and put his foot in it because he assumed it was Kevin Smith's assistant.
Not far wrong. That's awesome. I might borrow that off you when you finish.
Yeah, no problem.
Quite interesting. Next.
Okay, the final piece of news this week is
Okey-dokey.
just because it's fun to gossip about this sort of stuff.
Right, okay.
Is that Forbes have released their richest celebrity list.
Right.
So this is cutting away all those boring businessmen who earn billions for slave labour and all that sort of stuff. Who are the richest celebrities?
Okay.
And
we got a list.
I've got the top 14.
Oh, I love a list. I'm not going to scroll anywhere. I know number one, but I'm not going to scroll anywhere.
Well, number one has leapt up to that position in the last 10 years or so.
Okay.
But yeah, I've got the top 14.
Let's do a countdown. Count up.
Do you want to guess some of them?
Ooh. Can you give me a clue of who they are and I'll try and guess it?
I will say... So, number 14.
Yeah.
Probably one of the two biggest female singers in the world.
Madonna.
No.
Kylie
Younger.
Minogue.
No, way younger. Current. No.
Lady Gaga.
No, she likes the NFL.
Taylor Swift.
Correct. 1.1.
I would have said that earlier, but I thought she might be a bit higher.
$1.1 billion.
Wow, Taylor Swift's a billionaire.
Net worth.
Jeez.
Just above her
It's the NFL.
is the fantastically named Dick Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Who is the creator and producer behind all of those Law and Order shows that have been on for like 25 years.
Right.
And there's about 10 spin-offs.
And has made one very rich man.
$1.2 billion his net worth.
Wow.
The same as Magic Johnson.
Okay.
And also LeBron James. They all sit $1.2 billion.
Nice.
Just above them, with $1.3 billion, is Tiger Woods.
Right.
And
Tiger Woods is a
He's
billionaire.
had a rough few years.
Yeah, he has.
$1.4 billion.
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Okay.
The same as Tyler Perry.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Just above Tyler Perry, there is another director.
Oh, okay.
New Zealand.
Peter Jackson.
Correct. $1.5 billion is his net worth.
Wow.
He also owns Weta, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Special
he's,
effects studio.
that's all come from 3 movies. That's quite impressive.
Above Peter Jackson, though, I think I would say biggest reality TV star in the world.
Biggest reality TV star in the world, Kim Kardashian.
Correct. $1.7 billion net worth.
Wowzers.
I remember we're into the big guns.
All right.
The multiple billions.
Multi-millionaires.
In 5th place.
Yep.
With $2.5 billion net worth.
Yep.
Rapper.
Rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, not P. Diddy.
No. Let's not talk about him.
No. Kanye?
No.
Eminem?
No.
I'm just going through rappers I can think of. 50 Cent?
No, definitely not.
Don't know.
Married to Beyonce.
Oh. Why is his name gone out of my head? What's his name?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. That would not come then.
That's a big income for that family.
That is a big income.
$2.5 billion is his net worth.
Wow.
The highest, the richest female in this list is in 4th place. Chat show host,
Oprah.
Entrepreneur. Yeah, Oprah Winfrey, $2.8 billion.
Wow.
Top 3. Retired basketballer.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and shoe
Man.
magnate.
Shoe man.
$3.2 billion.
Wow.
And then the top 2,
I already know the top 2.
They're big pals.
Them on my screen.
They're
big pals.
best friends.
Yeah.
2nd place is Steven Spielberg, $4.8 billion.
Jesus Christ.
And the richest
This is really surprising.
celebrity / entertainment person in the world is George Lucas.
That's really surprising.
$5.5 billion.
Wow.
I mean, that chiefly comes from the fact that Disney paid him $4 billion for Star Wars.
Wow.
10 years ago.
So I said Peter Jackson made it off 3 movies. So did he. But he made like 5 billion more.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can get from just like one hit. Isn't it?
Yeah.
George Lucas has done a lot of stuff. But
Indiana Jones as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, it's the Star Wars money.
yeah, it is all
That
Star
Disney
Wars money.
deal.
At least Spielberg's had like loads.
Yeah.
Wow. It's obscene. It's too much money. When you get
It's a lot of money.
when you get to 1 billion, that should be it. You've completed it. Completed
chunk
life.
change
You're
for
not
someone
allowed.
like Bezos.
You're not allowed to earn any more after that. That's how it should be. Everything else after that is 100% tax.
Yeah.
1 billion is enough for anybody.
Didn't you say the other week Bezos's wife got
30 something 9 million or something.
Yeah.
36 million, something like that.
Yeah.
In the divorce. That was like 20 years ago.
Even that was enough.
Yeah.
4.5 billion. 5.5 billion. 4 billion for selling Star Wars.
1 billion.
Sign me up.
Once you get to 1 billion, that's it. You've completed life. You've completed being a human. Just go and enjoy it. And
I wonder if he watches them. I wonder if he cares. George Lucas. I
think
if he's
maybe
just
he
like,
did at
I'm
some
too
point.
busy. No, I mean
the new
with
ones.
the stuff that's
Yeah, he must
turned
do.
out now. I wonder if he checks in or if he's just like, I'm busy doing my hobbies.
Do you have to
whatever
run
he
it
does.
past him?
No, I don't think so. He
he's
sold
just-
it
he's
lock,
just
lock
done.
stock and barrel pretty much.
Wow.
I don't know if he gets producer credit or created by credits on anything. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's all the news.
Excellent. Good news. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a couple of things. I've finished Gunpowder on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, you talked about that last week.
Yeah,
Any
so
good?
yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
Oh, I might check that out.
Yeah, only 3 episodes. They're all about 50 minutes long. I thought it was quite riveting.
Cool.
And I presume it was reasonably close to what actually happened.
Okay.
And there's it's gorier than I would expect, but then people are getting hung, drawn, and quartered and all that sort of thing.
That time period was quite gory, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't realise,
I might have to add that.
to be honest, that Guy Fawkes was pretty a side part to the whole.
Yeah, he was pretty low level, wasn't he? He was the only one that got
thing,
caught.
considering he's the famous one.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was good.
Good.
I enjoyed it, and
I
then
might check that out.
randomly watched an oldish movie the other night on Netflix, The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck. And Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Who I can't remember her name.
I don't know.
I've got Aubrey Plaza in my head, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. And it was really good.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
I didn't like it.
They're making a sequel.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is kind of one of the reasons we put it on. I thought it was good.
When I first got a Cineworld card, that was one of the first unlimited screenings I ever went to, and I didn't think that much of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good. I don't remember anything about it.
He's like a autistic kid who grows up to be the best accountant in the world, and then also a martial arts sniper.
Does
secret agent
have something to do with M&Ms? Does he eat M&Ms in it a lot?
I don't think so.
I remember getting some free M&Ms when we went to the cinema to see it.
And John Bernthal's in it as well.
Yes, I
and there's a twist at the end to this 8-year-old movie or whatever it
is.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick, that's the lady. Well done.
But yeah, I was reading last week that there's a sequel shooting now.
Okay. Cool.
To it.
Good. Anything else?
I think that's about it. How about you?
I've watched a few things this week. I finished Constellation on Apple TV.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the Numi Rapace sci-fi show.
The end as much as the first?
I did actually thought it was a really good show. It has not concluded its story, which is unusual for a TV show these days. It is definitely hoping for a second season, because if it doesn't get one, it's going to be really annoying.
Okay.
It's mental. It's absolutely batshit. It's all about parallel universes, people being in the wrong universes.
Just what you like.
There's murders in it. There's all sorts of stuff going on. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. But don't go in expecting answers from the first season, because you're not getting them. I watched a film the other night. I watched Imaginary, which is the new Blumhouse horror movie.
Okay.
Which is about a girl who returns to her family home from where she grew up.
Yeah.
And when she gets there, her imaginary friend is still there waiting for her. But is also a horrible demon that likes killing people and possesses her daughter, etc.
There's a lot of this sort of thing around.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not selling it to me.
It was generic. It was fine. It was a bit crazy. It goes all labyrinth at some points because they go into the imaginary world, and there's all like staircases that are upside down and lead nowhere. And there's a giant grizzly bear in it at one point. There's a demon with long big fingers. The standard horror fare. It was okay. It was fine.
All sounds fairly unoriginal.
Yeah.
Being
I agree
honest
with that. What else have I watched? I got into the free body problem. I struggled with it. I've been looking forward to the free body problem for a long time. I watched the first 2 episodes and I wasn't that convinced by it.
Okay.
And then I watched the 3rd and 4th episode the other night, and actually I'm into it a little bit more now. So I've still got a few more to go. It's taken me a while, but I have got into it a little bit more.
You feel like you will finish it?
Yeah, I definitely will finish it.
Is it? Do you feel it doesn't feel like it's got the, that hit the ground running momentum?
Definitely not. Definitely,
this is great. Critically, everyone go and watch this.
Definitely
brilliant.
Not. It's a very slow moving show.
Okay.
And 4 episodes in, I still don't know what's going on.
Right.
Really. There's lots of weird things happening, but they're not even trying to tie it together.
More
yet.
reason.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'll get there. I'll keep you updated on it as we go. I'll probably have it finished by next week. And then I watched a new sitcom that has appeared on BBC iPlayer this week.
Okay.
It had a bit of controversy about it. And I was reading about this controversy, so I was like, I'm going to make my own opinions on this. So it's called Things You Should Have Done.
Right.
And it is about a girl who, her parents die in a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
And she's basically a standard British teenager. She doesn't go out. She just sits in a bedroom all the time, doesn't do anything. But then she's now got to deal with being alone in the world.
Okay.
It's very funny. I very much enjoyed it. And I would recommend it. It's off the wall crazy. It's it's almost boosh elements to it a little bit as well, because she's like, at one point she's a dad's ball bag and her face is on it.
Sold. What's the controversy?
So there is a new podcast out in the world that is hosted by Natalie Cassidy and Joanne Page.
Okay.
And they are watching TV and reacting to it.
Okay.
And
I'm pretty sure there's a TV show that's been quite successful that already does that in this country.
And Joanna Page was less than complimentary about this show, shall we say.
Right.
In fact, she ripped it to pieces, which didn't go down very well with everybody else in the world, who was like, how dare you go on your own podcast and rip off somebody else's sitcom? It's just not the sort of thing that actors do to each other. This girl, it's her first ever show she's ever got commissioned. She's like 16. She's not old. And she's got it all commissioned by herself. She's written it herself. She stars in it herself. And Joanna Page just ripped the shit out of her for no reason. And it was pretty mean. It was mean-spirited. And it was unnecessary. She said things like, oh, my mum could have written it better and all this. And I'm like, that's mean. I don't like that. So I checked it out, and it's actually really fucking good. So
I'm definitely going to check it out now.
Yeah, you should. I think that's it. I think that's all I've watched this week.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd recommend that if you get a chance to see it.
I will. I will look for it and I will check it out.
Sweet. Anything else? What are we doing next? Are we done?
Do you want to look at the charts, or should we?
Let's do a random country. Let's not look at the British charts. Let's do a random country of films in... Stop me when you feel like... Oh, hold on. I've not even grabbed it. Where's it gone?
Grab it. Grab the widget.
There it is. Stop me.
Go to El Salvador.
Okay.
That was the top of the list.
Top 10 films currently in El Salvadorian Netflix.
Yeah. So we're in like Central America, aren't we?
We are,
El Salvador.
Number 10 is El Paseo 7. Tell me what that is, Nick.
I mean, I'm guessing it's some kind of like road trip type thing. There's a beautiful river and there's a load of Polaroids of a, shall I say, quirky cast of characters.
This is El Salvadorian Benidorm.
Yes.
That's what I think it is.
I think you might be
I think
right.
this is a sitcom of people who are all going on holiday together in El Salvador.
On like an... excuse me.
Nick's just dying.
On like an outdoorsy type adventuring holiday.
Yep, that's what I think that is. Number 9 is Perro y Gata.
There's a cat boning a dog. I think they're supposed to be like
they're falling.
Skiing down a mountain.
Yeah, they're falling down a mountain.
It just looks like the mountain
the dog
cat
does not look impressed by what is happening.
Mounted the dog. Yeah.
It translates to cat and dog.
Nice.
Number 8 is Dragons del Air.
Oh, we saw this in whatever country we looked at last week because it looks like a cheap Top Gun
It does.
rip-off.
It even looks so much like Tom Cruise. And he looks like the other guy, Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Al Resurrection de Cristo. That's some sort of Christ resurrection
It's Joseph
show.
Fiennes, isn't it?
Risen.
I think it's a
Risen.
movie. Yeah.
It will be a movie. We're in the top 10 movies.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Rabbit, Conejo y Fuga.
That's Peter Rabbit 2.
Peter Rabbit 2. 5 is Damsel.
Nice. So it's everywhere. It's ubiquitous as Damsel.
Nada Mes Que Eso.
No pressure.
Translates to no pressure. Looks like a comedy again. There's a woman
in a coffin.
reaching out of a coffin whilst a younger woman screams at her.
It's a ghost.
It's a Netflix original.
It's a ghost. My mum's come back to playfully haunt us. Maybe.
That's what that is. Al Corazon del Cazador, or Heart of the Hunter, is at number 3.
It's an action movie. There's a man with a gun.
Looks like 24, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Number 2, El Salario del Miedo, The Wages of Fear.
Nice.
That's about somebody who's scared of getting paid. Number 1 is Irish Wish.
Oh, they
love Irish Wish in El Salvador, apparently.
Lindsay Lohan is huge.
It's been in the charts for 3 weeks, in El Salvador. Do you want to do TV shows quickly?
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to do El Salvador or do you want to do a different
We'll
country?
go somewhere else.
Okay, where
There's
we
loads
go?
of countries to choose from. Stop.
Uruguay.
Lovely.
South American again.
I'd love to go to Uruguay.
Me too. Never been to South America.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. I'd like to.
Been to Mexico would be the closest I've got to South America, but it was not real Mexico.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Mexico ever. Les Sanel, or The Signal limited series, and is number 10. That's the alien thing, isn't it?
Yes, looks like Signs.
Number 9 is Physical 100.
I've still not started Physical 100 season 2.
Have you not?
Maybe I can watch that when I get home.
Maybe you could.
Yeah.
Monk season 1. Monk is doing so well across the world.
But it makes sense though, because Monk was on TV for like 10. There's like 10, 12 seasons of it, and people are just going to put it on.
Would you expect it to be big in Uruguay?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Wrong Side of the Tracks season 3. This is number 7. This is the TV show that Netflix thinks I've watched when I haven't.
Really?
Yeah, it's on my continue watching.
Oh.
But like halfway through the 3rd episode.
Brilliant.
But I've not watched any of it. So either somebody's hacked into my account, watched 2.5 episodes of it, and then left.
Maybe you're sleep watching it.
I don't think so. I think I'd remember. So yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's on my continue watching. Bandidos season 1, that came up last week as well, didn't it? Number 5 is The Gentleman.
I wonder what people in Uruguay are thinking of that British gentleman
If you're in Uruguay, let us know what you think of The Gentleman.
show.
Mano de Hierro, or Iron Rain season 1.
That man's got a hook for a hand.
Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
Some sort of crime drama.
Some sort of crime drama set on a boat, maybe. There's a boat in the background.
They're definitely at a port.
They're at some sort of port. So they all look very serious. Nobody's smiling in that picture. He's definitely a fisherman.
Yes.
Number 3, Testamento, La Histeria de Moses. Or Testament, the story of Moses, season 1.
Lovely.
Number 2, The Free Body Problem. Number 1 is Entre Tierras, or Between Lands, season 1.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
I think it is a bit of a Lost type thing, just because I can see the ocean. There's a woman who looks like she might be a bit dirty.
I think...
As in, like... I mean, she's...
Mucky.
Yeah.
No, that's even worse. I think she's lost at sea.
Cool.
Hence Between Lands.
Yeah, that would make sense.
She's definitely in the sea. Cool. That's what's going on in Uruguay at the moment. People can't tell us that we're not all over the world, I tell you.
Brilliant.
Right. Movie show this week. What are we watching?
Come back to this very feed on Thursday as we go to Spain.
We do. We've had successful trips to Spain in the past.
Yeah, we've not been there for a while. We are going to watch The Influence.
We are indeed a Spanish supernatural horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to talking about it.
I always look forward to talking about these movies, but I am looking forward to this one especially.
So
it's going to be a fun episode, I think.
Come back on Thursday to see what we made of it.
Yes, absolutely do. Come back on Thursday on this very feed and we will talk to you about The Influence. Until then, goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.